A very good morning. How are you, class? Today I am teaching you the last topic from chapter number 22, and that's about fats and oils. Okay, so first we'll have introduction of fats and oils. That fats and oils belong to a group of organic compounds known as lipids. Look, so many ingredients or nutrients become the part of our diet because they are providing us energy on digestion and metabolism. So we find them very useful, and some of the nutrients provide lesser amount of energy, but lipids is a class of compound which stores the maximum of energy. So we find them in the conditions or in the forms of fats and oils. So collectively lipids are complex organic compounds. If I write it here, lipids are complex organic compounds which are, one property which they hold common is they are insoluble in water. Okay, the next thing, chemically or structurally, what they are oils and fats. The two forms of liquids are naturally occurring esters. So what are esters? First I tell you, the esters are the organic compounds which can be represented by this common formula, RCOOR. So this linkage or the functional group becomes the identity of ester. And esters are formed when, from where they are formed? They are formed when alcohols react with carboxylic acids. When I introduced the functional group or different homologous series of organic compounds, I introduced about alcohols, that hydroxyl group is the functional group of alcohols. Similarly, organic acids contain the COOH group in them, and when alcohols condensed or react with carboxylic acid, a new compound is formed which is classified as an ester. Okay, now fats are found in animals. Okay, then oils are found in both animals and plants. So it must be your observation that fats are only found in animals, and when we talk about oils, they are mostly extracted from plants, from their seeds. Okay, and fats and oils are esters of fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, now structurally esters are formed when carboxylic acid reacts with alcohol, and here the alcohol is glycerol. Okay, let me erase it for you so that you can understand it. Fatty acids are the long chain monocarboxylic acids. Okay, and glycerol is 3 carbon containing alcohol, like the one which is shown here. You see the molecule of glycerol having 3 carbon atoms and 3 hydroxyl groups are attached. Okay, I write it here separately for you. So this is CH2OH, CHOH and CH2OH. So this is a trihydroxy alcohol. So this is glycerol. And when I talk of fatty acids are long chain carboxylic acids. Okay, and the carbon number range between 12 to 18. So not all the carboxylic acids are called as fatty acids, only the long chain carboxylic acids are called as fatty acids. And you see, when glycerol link with 3 molecules of fatty acids, this one is one molecule, the other one and the third one. So when glycerol links up by removing this H and OH from this, we get a ester linkage here. So fats and oils are esters of glycerol and fatty acids. Okay, you see another open structure showing you the long chain of carbon atoms present in a molecule of fat and oil. So when these long chain molecules are saturated, saturated means all bonds are single. You see, all bonds are single. So when this carbon chain of fatty acid consists of only single bonds, we say this is a saturated fat. But somewhere you will be finding a double bond is present, then this fat will become unsaturated fat. So saturated fats are those molecules of lipids which have all single bonds in them. So unsaturated fat means when the long chain of carbon atoms can have one or more double bonds in it. When there is only few number of bonds, double bonds or one double bond, we call it as unsaturated fat. But when the number of double bond is higher, more than one, then we call it as polyunsaturated fat. How we can write it? Polyunsaturated fat. Poly means many. So this many is something which is highlight the position or number of carbon-carbon double bonds. So here we become to discuss the difference also. What the difference you find in a fat and oil? Yes, that is the difference between the physical state. The fat remains solid at room temperature, but the oils remain liquid at room temperature. Now, why they are solid and liquid? It's about the arrangement of the molecules. You see, the solids are the physical state in which we find order arrangement, proper, definite, repetitive manner. But in liquids, the molecules are relatively free to move, or they can flow, they can slide over one another. So the arrangement is not that much fixed. And the fats are relatively more saturated, means single bonds. Yes, you have to remember about this fact. And the oils are relatively more unsaturated because the double bonds are there. Yes. Okay. Third point about fat is they are relatively higher melting points because they are fats, they are solids, they are melting at higher temperature, and this is the reason they are more stable. But the oils are having lower melting points and the double bond make them less stable. Now I just revise one thing before ending the class. Did you study something or some magic or some chemical reaction which can convert this margarine, which can convert this oil into margarine? Yes, I am talking about the addition of hydrogen at higher temperature, which can add to the double bonds present in oil to make them saturated. Yes, this is a method through which margarine is prepared industrially on a large scale by adding hydrogen in the presence of nickel as a catalyst. I am talking about hydrogenation of oils. Okay, just keep this thing in your mind because the examiner likes this fact very much, and he used to ask this reaction many times when he prepares your paper. I'm leaving you with the hope that the chapter is successfully completed, and it will be helpful in learning and memorizing these organic chemistry reactions and structures and small facts, logics. So just be prepared for the next chapter. Tomorrow I will come again. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.